Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. Today I'll be using the Not Polished brand from my mystery box. So if you missed that video, please join me in my other video on that, as well as the Valentino brand. Now with this set, I'm doing a Dreamy cloud set, which I didn't want anything too symmetrical or too perfect, really, because I feel like when you think of fantasy, sunsets or clouds, you think of like bubbles and shimmer, and it's kind of just all over the place. Nothing is like a pattern or perfect. So that's kind of what I was striving for. I chose to do purples, pinks, and blues because I just feel like those colors complement each other very well, and they also come off very fantasy-like as far as when it comes to clouds. And I also decided to add these chrome powders to add a little bit more dimension. I did flaky and then a fine powder for those. You will see it looks a little yellow at some angles, but at the end of the video, you'll see the true reflection that those iridescent chrome powders give. Now with this nail in particular, I decided to do more of a vertical ombre, nothing perfect. I kind of wanted some spots to be more sheer than others, just to give it more of a dimensional type of look. Please forgive me for my nails. I noticed it after and I was like, oh my goodness, all the time. Every time I record, I'm like, oh my God, my nails. You know, I feel like it's just one of those things like when you do nails, your nails never look good. And I'm always with the mindset of, oh, I have an appointment. I'm not going to do my nails until after my appointments. And then I'm too tired. And then I'm like, okay, I'll do my nails after this appointment. And then I don't do it because I'm too tired. So I don't know if any of you guys else are the same way, but I have a design in mind that I've been wanting to do on my nails. So hopefully soon I will do my nails and I'll also record it for you guys because I'm pretty excited for what I have in mind. I don't know if any of you guys have sometimes that creative bubble that pops in and then you're like, oh, I have all these ideas. And then other times it's like no inspiration. And lately I've been getting a lot of inspiration and I've been trying to keep track of them all in my mind so that I can put them out on videos for you guys to show you guys what I have. So I don't want to have to talk through this whole tutorial. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory of what I'm doing, what I'm adding. I listed the colors prior to the video, which I'll also try to put them in the description box below, as well as what colors I use and where you can find them if you like them. The only problem with the chrome powders, I've kind of got those all over the place. So that's the only thing I probably won't be able to list for you guys. But yeah, and also I'm using the Valentino's Queen of Nails nail brush, and I believe it's like size 12 or size 14. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I bought it. And I'm also using Valentino's monomer. So as you can see, I'm putting some of the chrome powder there and how that one looks yellow right there. And I also flicker the nail a lot, which it actually kind of got on my nerves after a while, but when I was going over the videos, but I was doing it because I was like in love with the reflection of the glitter. I could see the perfect reflection from my angle, but it's not so much in the camera itself. Now this one, I kind of wanted more of a, I'm still talking, and even though I said I wasn't going to talk, but I'll explain this one and then I'll stop talking. You guys can just listen to background music. But on this particular nail, I wanted more of a camouflage marble type of look with all of the colors. And I wanted them to bleed a little bit into each other and some of them to be more harsh. But you can see that on this. And I also didn't want to go crazy with the glitter on some spots. Like I tried to be very selective on putting it on some spots so that it looked like it had a shimmer in the distance or here and there on the actual nail. But without further ado, I'll let you guys enjoy the video and I will see you at the end of it. So as you can see, I'm finishing everything off with a top coat of clear acrylic, just to finish off this whole look and to give it overall smoothness and strength. I went a little slow on this finger so you guys can see it in depth, but other than that, I feel like we've all seen acrylic overlay multiple times. So after this, I kind of speed through it and everything. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. One note I want to say is when doing marbling of any kind, it's better to work with wetter beads if you want it to be more seamless as far as the ombre itself. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But you gotta kind of play around with it. Like, I feel like with acrylic, there's no right or wrong way to do it, and it's kind of like learning techniques from every person and see what works for you. So, and then also too, I don't know if you guys have been having this problem, but now that it's colder season, man, acrylic is such a pain in cold weather. I mean, it's a pain in hot weather too, but it just drags on my nails, like from the whole process of it drying. And then I'm so impatient when it comes to wet acrylic. Like, I'm just like, dry already, so I can just get on with the next nail. I hate waiting. Like, even when I'm doing my nail appointments, and it's like, then you end up messing up yourself because you're being impatient and you touch it too soon, and then you gotta fix it, and then it's just like a hot mess. But anyway, yep, that's me. My problems. And I think that was pretty much it. I did all my filing as far as like the drilling and hand filing off camera, but it didn't really take much. I tried to make sure that the nails were pretty narrow, pretty smooth for the most part, for there wasn't much to file off after. Now we're getting into the cloud design. Now, this was my first time using Not Polish's painting gels. So the consistency was a little thicker than I anticipated, but I didn't want to take that out of the video because I feel like sometimes when we see nail videos, we see the stuff that actually worked. And I wanted to show like how I kind of had to correct it a little bit and what I went back to do to fix it. But my goal intentionally was to do the outline of the cloud and then to ombre it down by slowly with the dry brush, painting it downwards. But because this gel was on the thicker side, I kind of had more of a, and it was thick and kind of stringy. So because of that, I kind of had to switch it up a little bit and use my dotting tool after eventually, which you'll end up seeing. But either way, I still like the way it turned out. But you're going to see me switch up my method as I'm going. And then also, all I was doing was pretty much a plus symbol that kind of had a slight taper at the tails of each of the ends of the plus symbol. And that was just to kind of like give a, what's the word? An illusion of a shimmer that was big in the distance type of thing, like a star shimmering in the background or whatever, or light. So yeah, and I was just, you know, adding more to my clouds because I didn't, obviously we don't want the clouds to look perfect, but I didn't want them to look janky either. So that's why I was playing around with it a little bit each time. But once I did this finger, I go back to this finger and kind of add a little bit more to have more opaqueness on the top of the cloud, and then lower as it ombres out. So also too, I'm curing in between each time I do something because I don't want nothing to move, because that's another problem you can have is when you're doing too much of these designs, then the colors start to run a little. So I was trying my best to cure it as I went, and I'm still trying to make it work with my brush. And I was like, yeah, this is not working the way I imagined it. And I was just going over everything and kind of just touching it up and everything. But yeah, I had a hard time. Once I got to the end of it, I kind of got a feel for the gel. But yeah, it was different gel consistency. Because I think one of my favorite painting gels is actually stamping gel polish. So if you guys ever get a chance to use that, those are very opaque, but also thin where it's easy to paint with. So these ones were completely different from what I'm used to. So I was like, whoa, how am I going to make this work? So I was like, you know what? We're going to swirl these bad boys just like when you do gel acrylics, or not gel acrylics, but gel extension nails. And I was like, we're just going to, you know, do it that way. So once I did that, it worked. And I really liked the way it turned out. Once again, you can see that I didn't like it, and I was like, no, that was way too much gel, and I had let it sit there for too long. So that's why I said I was trying my hardest to like cure things in between, but I was just like, boom, 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 let's get these clouds done. They're not that hard of an item to do, so let's do that. And then I was like, well, this is way too much gel now, because it started to slide down, because my hand is actually angling downwards at this point. Well, the whole video actually. So that's why I wiped some of it off, and each time I'm taking it off, I'm here and there trying to take off the amount that's on my brush, because I want it to be more dry so that as it goes down, it's tapering off. I don't want it to be like I'm trying to paint my nail. So, and then I'm just touching up anything and adding more of those little sparkles, or I'm trying to think of the word. It's not tricking, like it's like trickery or illusion, like an illusion of a sparkle, basically. That's the word I'm looking for, I believe. So, but yeah. And as I was doing it more and more, I was starting to get a feel of the gel. I was like, okay, this is how I need to do it and how I need to pull the product. I can't do it like I normally do. So I'm going to try to play around with those gels a little bit more, maybe do like a character of some kind with it, since there's like 10 colors and I love the color options. So I don't know, I'm going to have to get creative with it and see. But so far, even just at this point of the nails, I was so in love with it. Just the glitter, the dimension, all the different colors coming together, like fantasy. I should have done the matte too. I didn't even think about that until after, but I was like, I was done. I was just trying to get this set done and recorded. And recording takes so much longer because you're trying to make sure you're catching every angle. But ooh, girl, you see that glitter right there? Look at how beautiful that glitter was when it was up in the camera view. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I was flickering. So at this point, I'm topping everything off with my Valentino top coat, non-wipe. Also, tell me what your guys' favorite matte top coat is. I like Valentino, but I'm not particularly a fan of the matte top coat. I feel like overall, I just have a hard time finding a matte top coat that I like. So I was thinking about trying Not Polished because I have been trying to explore other brands, and since I recently purchased some stuff from them, I was like, I need to try this. So if you guys have a recommendation, let me know. But yeah, as far as anything else goes, this video is pretty much done. And from this point on, you'll see my reveal shots. And I hope you guys really enjoy this video. And I'm going to try to keep it improving and bringing more to the table for you guys. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. And I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.